Hey everyone, so let's talk about some of the frequently asked questions that we believe you're going to get with Bona Traffic GO, maybe before you use it, during use, or maybe after you've used it. First being recoating. Can I recoat pre-finished floors with Bona Traffic GO? There we're going to recommend still that you use Bona Traffic HD. A lot of the pre-finished floors that are out there today can be more difficult to get things to stick to them. So best practice, we always want to recommend the system that is going to give you the chance for the greatest success. And that's going to be a little more robust product as far as adhesion characteristics, and that's Bona Traffic HD. So here's the next question. Can I use Bona Traffic GO to recoat site finished floors? Absolutely. So whether that's, again, a water-based site finished, oil modified, any other type of site finished product out there except for maybe penetrating oil, you can use Bona Traffic GO to recoat those with our typical recoating system, maybe involving a deep clean first and then probably hitting it with prep and a maroon pad to help deep clean it, and then using either probably the Bona conditioning pad with 2 to 3 Bona nets on there, probably the aluminum oxide 180 or 220 grit, or you could always sub in the Bona diamonds there. You don't have to just use the flat pad, you could also use a multi-disc, and there, depending on how aggressive you want to be on that recoat, you can stick the diamonds directly on, or you can always bunch them into a system with steel plates and 1/4 inch intermediate pads, going to give you a little more flexibility and conformity of that system. Both of those would do a great job of preparing a site finished floor to recoat with Bona Traffic GO. So the next question is compatibility with stain or coloration systems, and can I use Bona Traffic GO over Bona stains or the Bona Chroma coloration system? Absolutely, fully compatible. We want you to use those. Especially with the Chroma system, because now you've got that full Green Guard Gold system. If I use Bona Chroma coloration system, top that with Bona Clear Seal, and then hit it with Bona Traffic GO, full Green Guard Gold with that. But it is also compatible with all the Bona Dry Fast stain colors as well. So whatever you're comfortable with and whatever your customer chooses along those two coloration systems, fully compatible with Bona Traffic GO. So the next question is, what if I want to color the floor with Bona Craft Oil and put Bona Traffic GO on that, because I've used that with some of your other finishes? Again, we're sticking to best practices here. While you may have some success in doing that, best practice is Bona Traffic HD over Bona Craft Oil. That's going to give you the absolute best chances of really good adhesion and success. So if you're putting Craft Oil down, and then you want to top that off with a finish for some extra durability, go ahead and hit that with Bona Traffic HD and not with Bona Traffic GO. Here's our next question, favorite of mine if you're working where I typically work, here in Colorado or anywhere in the Rocky Mountains, Vegas, Phoenix, Canadian North, anywhere where it can tend to be really dry either all the time or during certain times of the season, or maybe you're just working in a difficult house. It's really super wide open, or you're in a commercial space. If you're having issues with your product setting up too fast, right, not getting a good enough chance to flow, level, and defoam, can you add Bona Retarder to it? Please do, because using Bona Retarder in these difficult drying situations and adding it to your Bona Traffic GO can do nothing but help you. It'll still probably flash off on top about the same, but what Retarder does is it keeps it open underneath longer, which then gives your product a better chance to flow, level, defoam before it really sets up too much and traps some of those inconsistencies in there. The next question, we know it's one that's going to come up, and even though, again, remember, this is a single component product, built-in hardener, you don't have to add anything to it to make it better. Don't add anything to it to make it better. But what if I accidentally add Traffic HD hardener to Bona Traffic GO? What is it going to do? It might not do anything. We don't believe from a chemical point of view it's going to add to the durability and stuff at all for the product, because again, the hardener's already built in and there's only so much space for that kind of reactivity to happen. So just adding more to something isn't going to be beneficial for it. You may also get some immediate reaction to it because this is such a reactive product. This, the isocyanate hardener for Bona Traffic HD. If you make the mistake later and it all of a sudden dawns on you that, oh man, I put hardener in this, and you've already started putting it on the floor, I guess if nothing's happening, it looks fine, go ahead and continue, although you could always stop, pull a dry line, get out of that, wait for it to dry, see if anything happens. Obviously, if you're applying it and something starts going crazy, bubbles or lines start showing up, foam, anything like that, obviously stop. Don't spread the gallon out onto the rest of the floor. But yeah, it's not made for an external hardener. That's, again, one of the huge, huge pluses to it. If you or one of your guys accidentally adds it to it because of that traffic name, you're just gonna have to kind of see what it's doing on the job site. I would probably set it aside, but again, make sure you loosen that cap, because we know one of the big chemical reactions of regular hardener, traffic hardener, is it releases CO2 as it reacts. We don't want the jug blowing up on the job site, out on the front porch, in your van. So if you do set it aside somewhere, just loosen this cap so that CO2 can exhaust as it's coming out, but just don't put hardener in it, all right? If you do, best of luck. All right, and maybe the last question that comes up is, you know, you guys mentioned that Bona Traffic GO is manufactured with materials that don't have any additional PFAS chemicals added to them. What the heck are PFAS chemicals? Well, instead of getting way down into the chemistry and explanation of it from a historical point of view, just understand that PFAS chemicals are typically referred to as forever chemicals, meaning once they get into your body, once they get out into the environment, they're never going to go away. They've been used since the 1940s to manufacture a ton of different products that are out there, but you're going to see increased legislation about PFAS coming up more and more. Just like we've seen, you know, the overall VOC regulations come into play for the last 20 years, now you're going to start hearing PFAS coming into that a lot more as they talk about VOCs as well. So by making a product like this with Bona Traffic GO, that we made sure that none of the materials that go into it have any PFAS chemicals added to them, we just feel we're being ahead of the game. We know that that legislation is coming. We know that it's better for you, your customers, the floors, pets, kids, etc., not to have PFAS chemicals, any added PFAS chemicals in these products. So this is the one to go to if you're looking for that kind of safety in a product already. Bona Traffic GO.